Hi everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go through Twitter, see what people are sharing on social media. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. Generally related to three different topics: wealth building, commodities, and or financial topics. So let's dive in there. Let's take a look and see what people are sharing. If you want to follow me, it's at Finance. And if you want to join our community, finding-value.com. That's where we go deeper into individual companies where I am looking for the largest returning companies, the highest leverage companies that the market has to offer, and creating portfolios out of those big leveraged companies. And I may do something here soon where you guys can track a portfolio, and I will put those companies that I consider to be buy points in the portfolio with small amounts of money so you guys can see how the portfolio performs. So finding value, myself, we've got all your base are about to have are already broken out. And that's from that old game. All your base are about, or all your base are belong to us. But this basing pattern's already broken out here of the downtrend here. And then obviously we have to break the one above it. That's more horizontal. But this is where your eyes should be, guys. This is something that you should be focusing on. Gold and silver mining companies outperforming gold. Gold's already broken out. Silver's broken out. I'll show you all the charts later on. And then the gold and silver miners are about to rip here. And yes, it may take some time. Doesn't matter though. We're coming from such a low valuation that we should have some focus on this. And obviously, if you're part of the website, we've been focusing on some of those companies, and I have my favorites. Silver maintaining above $34 in China. Will we see 35 by the end of week in China? The silver squeeze. So there is $34 for China. Silver is silver is very close to a sustained multi-year rally by Hubert Mullman. Now, I used to watch this guy back in the mid 2000s, even. The mid 2000s, I've been watching Hubert. He was calling for some big, gigantic, logarithmic move in silver of that cup and handle, all the way up to like $600 to $1,000 per ounce, and he was showing that back in like the mid 2000s, 2010s. He was showing these big patterns of what could potentially occur, and I was like, man, that I'm going to jump on that ride at some point. Which I did in 2018. But it says we're nearing a period where massive sustained silver rallies will likely occur, as the best rallies often happen near peaks, with silver rallying around 2 years before each peak. So this is silver's very close to this rally. So we had near low, near low, near low. And then we have 6 to 7 years to the top, 8 years to the top, 8.5 years to the top, 6 to 8.5 years to the top, and he put that at 2018. That's where I was buying it. 2018 was basically very close to that bottom, and you've got about 6 to 8.5 years. 6 years plus 2018 puts us at 2024, and 8.5 years puts us at 2026.5. So somewhere in that range is where he thinks silver could potentially peak out, and that's where we're at. You got gold to M2 money supply and gold to total bank credit, and that has broken the downtrend line and is working our way up in these ratios. So the market conditions are what determine this. It's not like it just came out of nowhere and people are buying gold. People were buying gold when interest rates were going up and we had large monetary expansion in the 70s. We have a big double bottom in both of these, big double bottoms. And then we're going to work all the way up. We're going to hit this line up here. We might pause there, and then we could have a blow off top. So I think we could see a big move where gold accounts for the money supply, M2 money supply, and total bank credit. We've got lithium futures are still falling, but I'm watching and learning the sector, and we'll be buying some of these at the bottom here. Lithium futures. Now, there are some companies, and I think some of you guys may know the companies in the community. But I'll go over them. We'll take a look at the lithium sector. If you're part of the community, grab your lithium stocks. We'll take a look at everything, and we'll see when this thing bottoms out here. We'll get a chunk in it, and we'll ride the lithium train, choo choo, with what I think are some of the most leveraged lithium stocks on the market, and we'll figure out what those are coming up. Energy ETF XLE getting the fire started here. So here's XLE. We got the 3-hump consolidation, the capitulation bottom of 2020, the double bottom, which I bought, not in XLE, but in other oil and gas equities. We hit our head on this resistance up here, and we are, let's zoom in, breaking out of the downtrend right at that resistance level. And here's the dailies breaking on out. It looks pretty strong here, guys. And this is with oil going down the past few days. This is looking real good. It's looking real good. So XLE is looking good there. We've got silver. And again, I like looking at these big long-term pictures. That's what I look at. I don't care about the short term. Yes, I know people are, they care so much about the short term, it sickens me. Because all of the opportunities is when you look at the long term. Your lead-in pattern, your cup, your handle, we've broken the handle. You take the size of the cup, project it, $350, logarithmic. $350 silver. Now, I'm not stating that will happen tomorrow, but if that does occur over the next few years, 5 years, even 10 years, it doesn't matter. That move is so big from where I purchased it at $14, $15 in 2018 and all of those low, upper teens, low 20s purchases throughout this time that I will be set for the rest of my life. And then the companies I'm investing in, some of the junior silver companies and some of the silver producers, they're going to go ballistic, Goose. They're going to go ballistic. If we get anywhere near this, now I don't know if we're going to go to 350, but even if we go to 150 or 200, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will be done. Now, yeah, obviously I'll still have the website and I'll be helping people with their investments, but yeah, this thing is ridiculous. I love it. It's such a great setup. Said, yeah, home builders are ripping hard. 10-year yield is dropping. But here's Leonard Corp continuing to rip. They were ripping today, guys. They were ripping. Meritage Homes also broken out, looking good to continue ripping. And in my opinion, it's from the 10-year yield dropping, which is going to drop mortgage rates. And if we get a large break here and it continues to head lower, which I think the market is pricing in, we could continue to see home builders ripping, and we could also see a lower dollar. And a lower dollar is going to be a tailwind behind commodities and precious metals. Yes, it will be. Here's Oliver Grob. He says the junior gold miner ETF GDXJ hit a new 52-week high today, but it is still trading miles away from all-time highs. So much potential left. This looks really good. Impulse move higher, slow sell-off. Impulse move higher, slow sell-off. And now we're going to start to get the juices flowing again in GDXJ. That looks like a really good chart. I shared this because you can put a downtrend through this. That is broken, guys. I should be long in this. That's what I'm going to say. Silver is starting its next move to $35 and then $50. Looking to break red line and then $32.50. So we need to break this red line here and rip around it. Now these guys have a buy here. I bought, I was buying down here. I was buying way down here. I was buying all the time back 2018 and forward. Whenever it dipped, I got whatever I want. I got a whole bunch of cheap stuff. I should say I got a whole bunch of really good stuff for very cheap. American Eagles were $1.99, $1.50 on sale over spot. I grabbed all sorts of stuff back there. It was so easy getting all that for cheap prices. The New York Stock Exchange oil index doesn't get talked about enough, or at all even. So New York Stock Oil and Gas Index, look at that. Perfect back test. We're sitting on top of the pattern, guys. It's just a matter of time before it rips. Just a matter of time. Lance says we might see national price decline with months of supply above 5 as opposed to 6, since most potential sellers have substantial equity and might be willing to sell for a little less. I'm tracking this very closely, and that's his opinion there. If we approach above 5. Mike Simonson says this is the year-over-year change in the median price of all the homes in contracts pendings as tracked by Altos. Home prices are still up 5% over last year. I keep expecting this to compress towards zero this year, but it hasn't yet. How do you explain this year's home price appreciation? We've just been moving sideways here. I don't know. It keeps going up, though. Wow, so there it is. Confirmed breakout in gold to 24.50 an ounce. Measured move from here is 25.75 an ounce. There are a lot of gold miners who make stupid money at these gold prices. Got gold? Question mark. Yeah, I got gold. I got some gold. I also got a bunch of mining companies. I do. I love it. A couple of quotes here. Charlie Munger, the way to win is to work, 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 and hope to have a few insights. You're probably not going to be smart enough to find thousands in a lifetime. When you get a few, you really load up. It's just that simple. So when you get a few insights, when you are right, you got to load up on those things when you find those opportunities. Warren says you'll see everything if you're around markets for a reasonable period of time. We've seen companies sell for tens of billions that are worthless. And we've seen things for 20% of what they are worth, says Warren Buffett. And those are the ones you want to find. You know, I found a company, obviously you guys know it, SM Energy, trading at 168 million. And I was just flabbergasted. I was like, how is this cheap? Like, I couldn't sleep at night because I was like, how is this cheap? I bought a lot in it, but I should have bought even more. Now I understand what they're saying about all this, these insights, and when you find these valuations. I was on a podcast here if you guys are interested in listening to it, Contrarian Corner. Grady here posted 2 months ago that GDX was breaking out hugely here on the linear scale chart. On the log chart, it is breaking out right now. Push away bias, emotions, and all the useless opinions always out there. And just look at the charts. Need to get into a bullish mindset. And it says here's where we bought all the larger gold miners at the service. Later we bought other categories when they bottomed. That's GDX on a linear scale. Ripping. Ripping. The Great Marty, Dow Jones Distribution Schematics. How are we looking? So this is the Wyckoff events and phases coming on up, and this is overlaid on top of that Wyckoff events. Is this a potential top where it starts to head lower for the Dow Jones? Yes, I think that's the case. This is right where we get a potential top in equities, and then precious metals and commodities outperform. It's when rates decline and when the dollar drops. It's just like '02. And some of these companies or indexes could top, come down, and then go back up again. Not saying that it will stay down forever, but it could be a little bit of a slowdown. XOP, massive statement for oil and gas explorers, ripping to the upside and breaking out. But that's all I've got for today, guys. So give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. And we'll be going over, if you're part of the website, let's find some lithium producers that are way down. We'll take a look at all the charts. And then maybe we can find a couple that we can start watching here over the next, some months to see for entry points. But yeah, that's what I've got for today. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.